Hello, this is Heisenberg.
Hey there, this is G Forever.
Yes, we're here to review the Hiya Toys Ghidorah 2019 action figure. And here's the box.
Yes, a beautiful box of King Ghidorah 2019 by Hiya Toys.
Hiya Toys, yay! Yeah,
Yeah,
this is
they've definitely been our favorites of this year.
yes, and this is part of their Exquisite Basics series, and this completes their set of the main Godzilla 2019
King of the
toys.
Monsters,
Yeah,
yes.
Godzilla King of the Monsters, yay!
Yeah.
And yeah, here's
And
the good looking box here.
yep, and of course we have their contact information so you can check out their social media. And yeah, beautiful images showing off the figures as well. And the crawling pose, that's I think this is the first articulated King Ghidorah figure that allows both the wings upright and also the crawling, the folded wings. So
Oh yeah,
very, very cool.
I did visit G. Forever at his place, and I saw this in person.
Mm-hmm.
And then, but yeah, so almost all one piece except for the tails.
Except
You
for
have
the
to put the tails
tails.
on.
Yes,
And then here you
and
got the wings.
yeah.
Like this was the big surprise that the wings are sort of like come apart like this, and
Yes.
that's so you can get it into the crawling pose.
Yes, exactly. So you would have to, so it took me a little bit, but once you snap the wings together, it does a pretty good job holding together. There are some times that they do come apart and you just have to like push them back in.
Yeah, and there
So
was a little bit, and now that I knew it could do this, when I saw it in person at your place, I was looking. You could see a little bit of a gap in
yeah.
in some of the connections. I
Yeah,
don't know how
that's
much.
unfortunate.
Yeah, I don't know how much. I only saw it when I was looking for it, so it wasn't.
Mm.
I don't think it was an issue for me.
Overall,
But I
overall it's
wasn't.
not, yeah, overall it's not visible.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if how much time you spent trying to get rid of all of it, or if it was just if or
Hmm.
if it looked like
Yeah,
it was always going to
I
have some
Yeah, I
gaps.
tried my best to hide the gaps as much as possible. So I did spend some time, but I think due to the just the way it is, like certain angles, the edging of some of the wing parts will show the gaps. So it's mostly hidden unless you have a light behind him, then you can see the light coming through his wings.
Right. And then I
So
like the looks
it's
of
a
these necks and heads.
yes,
But one thing
yep.
I'm curious about is like, because I didn't, I pushed down it a little, yours a little bit, but not very hard. Like how
Mm.
much, how much can these necks like bend down? My impression was not very much.
Yeah, the whole figure is actually very stiff. I actually used a hair dryer and spent some time heating up the pretty much the whole figure itself, like the tails, the necks. I actually heated up the horns to kind of bring it back to its original shape. I had trouble getting the tails on, as a matter of fact. I put the heat on the tails for quite some time and it wasn't really going in. But just kept at it, just keep going at it. Eventually, you'll snap it in. So yeah, this one's a very stiff figure. So
Yeah.
as you see
But
of the neck articulation, he doesn't really bend down so much. I didn't force it, so perhaps over time, maybe if you just keep heating it up and keep moving it, maybe you'll get more. You
yeah.
can get it to bend down more. But
But this is looking so good.
yeah,
Uh,
overall, I think it's a really good one. I think my yeah, I think
and he's not falling over. He
yes, he's
looked,
not falling over. This is the first. So actually, mine is missing the stands. So
yeah,
it comes
this is actually, we should say, this was a free sample.
correct. It's a sample from Hiya Toys. So huge thanks to Hiya Toys. But this one is missing the clear stands. I believe it would come with three different stands, one for the kind of like the underbelly, and then two stands for the two wings. Lots of articulation. The jaws, the tongue move just like all the other Hiya Toys. And yeah, pretty much every segment on the neck and the tail, the legs, the waist. There looks to be movement, but it doesn't really move for me. So maybe you can sort of get some if you make it in the crawling pose. Maybe you can sort of get that waist movement, but
Yeah, I really
otherwise,
like the color variation here on the paint,
mm,
especially
yes.
in contrast to the MonsterArts, which we'll show
Oh
later.
yes, yeah. We'll show that. Yeah, we'll show that later.
But yeah,
Definitely, lots of different
shades.
paint.
Yeah, lots of different shades of color here, and I really like the sculpture. So I like the paint and the sculpture.
Yeah, the sculpture is pretty good for the size. I think my only complaint is the underbite is a little bit too much, but otherwise, very good. Like a lot of like Heisenberg mentioned, a lot of good shading with the paintwork. I would have preferred a slight gold tint to it, but overall, it's really good.
Oh yeah, yeah. And so the heads are so this is the head the size the heads are supposed to be. Like this is like a
Yes,
movie
yeah, I think
accurate head size because again with the
correct.
Monster Arts the heads are much bigger,
Much bigger, which
but
we'll see in a
but I take
moment.
it that's not accurate to the movies.
Yeah, the MonsterArts one is actually more accurate to the art book, whereas this one is more movie accurate.
Yeah, yeah.
So, yeah.
Oh yeah,
And
yeah,
they do have that broken horn on the angry right head,
yeah,
so
yeah, yeah.
good, yeah, good details
And
from
this
Hiya
sells
Toys.
for about $120.
Hmm.
So one place that sells it is like Big Bad Toy Store, but yeah, yeah, other retailers.
Your local comic book store can help you get them now because they
Yeah,
go through Diamond, right?
yeah, yeah, Diamond Distributors. And
Excellent.
yeah, yeah, and but yeah, like Entertainment Earth also sells it, I believe.
That's right.
So
That's
yeah,
right. But
so
yes, even without the stands, King Ghidorah can pretty much stand on his own. You do have to balance him slightly with the tails, and then once you get into position, I actually have him standing on the desk right now in front of me. So yeah, he's this is the first King Ghidorah figure that stands on his own.
oh yeah, we've been waiting so long because we've
I
seen them
know.
all. Because we actually like yeah, we were quite vigilant in tracking down every single
2019
yeah
King
2019
Ghidorah.
King Ghidorah. And I think the
There's
with the
there's been
action
a
figures, yeah, with the
mm,
action figures, they all fell
fell
forward,
forward.
which
Yep.
is like not really the fault of the toy because it's just the way he's designed. He's like
Yep.
just a bit off balance. The
Yes.
sculptures, there's been some nice sculptures, which we'll show some of in this video
Yes.
too. Like the sculptures, they've done a better job of like trying to
Keeping them.
keeping him upright.
Yeah, actually,
But
the Art Spirits is the first one that doesn't fall over. This would be the second.
yeah, well, the yeah, yeah, yeah. But then also we're going to show what W-Dragon,
Yes, W-Dragon, which
and
was released earlier this year.
yeah, and he
The
does not fall over.
well, he has a little stand.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah,
He
yeah.
does need a little stand. Yeah.
Okay, okay. But yeah, so is this how? So I think you're warning when I grabbed yours. You're warning me that he's like kind of pointy. Which parts are
The
pointy?
wingtips.
Wingtips.
Wingtips are pointy. Yep.
Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah. So how much does this guy and how much movement can we get in these wings? I guess you're pointing
The
up.
wings can. The problem is once you move the wings, I think the folds kind of open up, so I'm trying to move it now. Not too
Okay.
much. Once they're upright, it doesn't move too much
Okay, but they move so you can get him into the
in the crawling
folded.
pose, the
Yeah,
folded
yeah,
pose.
yeah, yeah, the
Yeah.
crawling pose. Okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But yeah, yeah, yeah. Like I said, it's like now as we're zoomed in on this, like I said, lots of color variation.
Yes.
And
And they
again,
also
he is,
added veins in the wings too.
and as we'll see, he is in scale. Again, being part of the Exquisite Basic series, he's in scale with like the 7-inch Godzilla Hiya action figures. So
Yes.
so putting him in scale, he's a big guy.
He
So yeah,
is.
it's a 22-inch wingspan. So from
Hmm.
yeah, so yeah, 22-inch wingspan there.
Yeah, and he looks great with all to complete the lineup of the 2019 figures.
Oh yeah, yeah, and we've got them all, so we're going to show you all of them there. But yeah, it looks like the little spikes on the lots of spikes on his back of
Yeah,
the neck
so
here too.
yeah, so the figure looks great from a distance, but once you get a little close up, you can notice that the little spikes are kind of rounded. The teeth are a little bit round, but otherwise, I think he's looking very good.
Yeah, yeah. And then does the tail move around much? I don't think. Yeah, I guess
Yes,
we're
yeah,
seeing
you
it. We're
can.
seeing it right now.
Yeah, you can. Yep. Yeah, you can
Yeah,
move it. It's similar
yeah.
to the next. It doesn't hold the movement. Like you can move it, but then it kind of comes back into position.
Right,
And
right,
same with the tail tips. Like they're kind of they're more like I think for probably for safety concerns, they kind of rounded the tip so it's not as sharp.
right, right.
I'm surprised they didn't do that with the wingtips because the wingtips are pretty pointy and it hurts. when you
Oh,
when it stabs you.
right, right. Oh, yeah. So then, yeah, then it's got, oh, might be able to see it here. So it's got the copyright
It does a little block. I think that's what is it
both feet.
on both feet.
There's like text
So
carved in there.
the left says Legendary Godzilla TM and Toho, and then on the right
It says
looks
Hiya.
like Hiya and then China
Yeah,
2023. So yeah,
yeah,
so
yeah, yeah. And there's the waist
there's the
movement.
waist. Yeah, not much movement, but you can turn it left and right. So yeah, most of the movement is contained at around the necks.
Yeah, and here's the one of the Hiya Godzillas, the Heat Ray Hiya Godzilla.
Yes, Heat Ray. That's a 2021, I think, but I feel it's a 2019.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And then here's the standard uh
2019. Yep.
2019. There we go. So yeah, yeah, yeah. Give you a sense, yeah, of just how big this guy is. Because yeah,
Yeah.
so like I said, Godzilla's 7 inches there. And there's the
Yes.
Rodan.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah. These all high tires, and there to
Highest.
finish
Yep.
off is the Hiya Mothra.
Mothra.
Oh yeah, so
Yeah.
we got all of that.
They look great. I mean, yeah, you can reenact all the different scenes from the movie or kind of make your own. So I did see some toy photographers kind of redoing King of the Monsters, reenacting the 1964 film, which is great. And here's a Burning Godzilla 2019 that Hiya released earlier this year.
Yeah, yeah. And here they are all together.
Yeah,
Looks
complete setup.
yeah, looks yeah. Ghidorah gets to frame everybody
Hmm.
else very well.
Yes.
Yeah, I like this pose. Yeah, I like this pose you have him in.
Yeah, and lots of color variation. I love it. So it looks great having them all together.
Oh boy, oh boy. Yeah, but then now
All right.
here was
The big comparison.
my worst figure of the year when it came out. On the right is
Yeah.
the SH Monster Arts, which initially I was
Yes.
so
Me
excited about
too.
that.
This was
But
a
yeah, look at
major
how
disappointment.
yeah I think yeah like two things to know is like the look how the size of the heads are so different, and
Hmm.
also like as it tends to happen with Monster Arts, the Monster Arts tends to be kind of like more just kind of one color.
Hmm.
So it isn't all just one color, but by comparison,
Mo
it tends to look much more like one color.
and very faded. Like the color is just bad, and it falls apart just like other monster arts. So here's the crawling pose of
Yeah.
the
So
Hiya King
and there's a
Ghidorah.
base. So did this. So is
No,
this the base
I'm
it came with?
borrowing. No, it's missing all three bases, so I'm borrowing the monster arts base.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, but
Yeah. Yeah.
I think the Hiya base is similar to this for the lower body.
So do you like this crawling pose?
It's cool, but I'm not sure if I'm getting it completely right. So if we spin them
I think
around, we
it's.
could.
Yeah, I think you got it right.
I got it right?
Uh,
Okay.
I think so.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I
So
think it's sort of yeah, it's intended
you
that
can
you sort
only
of
see it from the front. Once you
yeah.
see, here's the back, and you notice the wings are not really folded.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But I think it's intended to yeah, look yeah, yeah, sort of look good from the front.
Yeah. Yeah. So if you pose him from the front, he looks pretty cool like this.
Yeah, there he goes. But then yeah, but from a side you can sort of see it, yeah, yeah, it kind of destroys the illusion.
Exactly. Exactly. So
Yeah,
yeah.
but that's
Yep.
fine. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, yeah, oh, yeah.
It's cool because not many crawling King Ghidorah 2019s out there. So definitely this one is it doesn't hurt the bank too much. And you get a lot of articulation and very decent
Now
sculpt.
on the right
Speaking of
is
sculpts, yeah, the
who's this now?
W-Dragon
W-Dragon, and he does have a little stand, as you
for
said, to
the
keep him,
right leg,
yeah, to support him.
right head. But the sculpt is beautiful, and I love the paintwork. This one does have like a little golden shine and beautiful detail. So probably one of the best King Ghidorah 2019 figures out there between the Hiya and the W
And that's
Dragon.
pretty new. Where can people buy that, by the way? Is it hard to buy?
It is unfortunately difficult to locate if you live outside of China. You can only find it on Taobao.
Oh, okay. But yeah,
Yep.
yeah, I saw that over at your place, and yeah, it does look. Oh, yeah, it looks. Yeah, yeah, very good.
Yes.
Alrighty, so there we are. So this is Heisenberg,
And G Forever, hope you enjoy the Hiya Toys King Ghidorah 2019 from Hiya Toys.